From coast to coast, in every state of the Union, the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers of America present...
It pays to be ignorant.
What happens when a racetrack gets flooded?
They pull the plugs out.
Pay the man $8.
It pays to be ignorant.
How do you make a peach cordial?
Buy her a meal.
Pay the man $9 because...
It pays to be ignorant.
Alcoa, Aluminum Company of America, the nation's leading producer of aluminum, presents an exciting new headline game, It's News to Me. This man made news this week when he was given the works. Do you know the story? Do you know why this tricycle carried an extra passenger this week? The man who wore these medals this week also took the cake. Do you know how? Here to tangle with these questions and many more are Quentin Reynolds, famous author, commentator, and editor of United Nations World. Martha Scott, star of the current hit Male Animal. Mel Allen, one of America's best-known sportscasters and the voice of the New York Yankees. Our own delightful Anna Lee. And your host of It's News to Me, news correspondent and commentator, John Daly. Thank you.
It's 20 Questions, the question and answer program everyone enjoys, presented by Menon for Men. The Menon Company, makers of Menon Skin Bracer, America's most popular aftershave lotion for that wake-up tingle. Menon Spray Deodorant for Men, the spray deodorant that checks odor and perspiration round the clock. And the makers of the Menon Shave Creams for the smoothest shave of your life.
I like men who use Menon. How about you?
And now, here's your man about questions, Bill Slater.
Be sure with Pure. The Pure Oil Company, producers, refiners, transporters, and marketers of fine petroleum products, presents Who Said That?
Welcome to Who Said That? Television's sparkling conglomeration of quotes from the week's news and well-known people who should, but sometimes don't, know the answers. Your quotes master, Walter Kiernan.
Welcome to Who Said That?
Can you place the face this busy artist is sketching? It's lovely Joanne Gilbert, Hollywood's newest singing and dancing sensation. And oh, the artist. Will you turn around, sir, so that we can place your face? Why, it's the Roomba King, Xavier Cugat. But will they be able to place faces from their pasts? We'll find out right now on Place the Face. Yes, the spring of the curl proves it's a prawn. The easy, new, self-neutralizing Home Permanent and White Rain, the wonderful new lotion shampoo that leaves your hair sunshine bright, present Place the Face, starring Bill Cullen.
Oh, welcome everybody to another session of Place the Face, and I want to say I'm happy to be here.
It's the Fred Allen Show. Judge for yourself. With Bob Carroll, the Skylarks, and tonight's guest, Judy Johnson. Brought to you by the makers of Old Gold cigarettes, regular and king size. And here for the makers of Old Gold cigarettes is Dennis James.
Tonight, Mr. Errol Flynn must decide if he will insure or risk everything on a question worth $30,000. And continuing her climb towards the big money, Mrs. Margot Riemann. And facing a question worth $20,000 on the Roaring Twenties, Mr. Nils T. Grenlund. On the show that offers the fabulous big prize of $100,000. The show called The Big Surprise. Presented by the Purex Corporation's family of products for your family. Wonderful new Beads O Bleach. Trend detergent, the brand the smart girls buy. And new Blue Dutch cleanser with exclusive Blue Magic action. And here's your $100,000 host, Mike Wallace.
Good evening and welcome to The Big Surprise.
You and your neighbors across the country buy more food packages carrying this brand than any other in the world. And now, Borden's presents TV's newest and liveliest panel show, Make the Connection. And now let's meet our Make the Connection panel. The star of Life with Elizabeth, Betty White. Disc jockey, humorist, Gene Clavin. And while Gloria DeHaven is on a one-week vacation, the talented movie star, Miss Lorraine Day. The Hollywood and Broadway star, Eddie Bracken. Our moderator, the bright young television comedian, Gene Rayburn. And Borden's guest tonight, the all-time great funny man, Buster Keaton.
Ralston Purina Company, a famous old checkerboard square in St. Louis, Missouri. Ralston, makers of Wheat Chex, Rice Chex, Rye Crisp, and Instant Ralston, present The Name's the Same.
And now let's meet our moderator of The Name's the Same, author of the current bestseller Party of One, the head man himself, Clifton Fadiman.
Hello, everybody. Regular, Old Gold King Size, and that wonderful new filter cigarette, Old Gold Filter King. The makers of Old Gold, America's first family of cigarettes, present Herb Schreiner in that wonderful fun and answer game, Two for the Money.
Yes, sirree, we have all three types of cigarettes for all three types of smokers. Rich, flavorful, regular Old Golds, smooth, long-smoking king size, and if you prefer a filtered smoke, easy-drawing, full-flavored Old Gold Filter King. And they all treat your taste right all day long.
And now, here's the star of our show, that humorous fellow from Indiana, Herb Schreiner.
Penny to a million. Raleigh cigarettes, the pack with the coupon on the back. And hear this. If you had $1 million, $1 million, you couldn't buy a better cigarette than Raleigh. Raleigh and the W.A. Schaefer Pen Company present television's exciting new game, Penny to a Million.
Dennis James is talking to Miss Betty Clowes of Perth, Australia, who last week on our sneak preview completed the first level on her way to $75,000 in cash. If you remember, her dream is to own a children's nursery here in the United States. Tonight, she will have an opportunity to complete the second level on
High Finance. Yes, High Finance, the show that makes your dreams come true, is brought to you by Menon. First name in good grooming. Menon, makers of a host of fine products for good looks and good health. For men, for babies, for the entire family. And now, Menon presents the man to make your dreams come true, the star of our show, Dennis James.
Well, thank you very much, everybody.
Last week, our champion, Las Vegas hotel man Stan Irwin, brought his winnings up to $5,800 before being interrupted in the middle of a game against his challenger, 15-year-old Jim Gibson. In just a moment, they'll clash in a game worth $2,000. Welcome to television's most exciting game show, in which our guests go hunting not with gun or camera, but with quick wits and intuition for big money and big game. And here's the man who calls our shots, our Jungle Meister, the star of our show, Tom Kennedy.
General Mills, home of Betty Crocker, presents Giant Step. And now here's your host for General Mills, the star of Giant Step, Bert Parks. Thank you very much.
Hold that note, the biggest money-paying musical show on the air. Right, here he is, the star of our show, Bert Parks.
Thank you very much. M1, U2, S3, I4, C5. Yes, it's Music Bingo, the exciting new musical game that has already sent home viewers 10,010 valuable prizes. And we hope this is your lucky night to win one of the 1,001 prizes on Music Bingo. Music Bingo is brought to you tonight by Hazel Bishop, whose amazing new super soft hairspray is sweeping the country. For it's the only spray guaranteed not to discolor dyed, bleached, or tinted hair. Guaranteed to keep your waves and curls beautifully in place longer than ever, or your money back. Now here's Music Bingo and your host, Johnny Gilbert.
Tonight, our contestants will be asked to identify stars in disguise. Can you identify this television star? Well, if you can't, I'll tell you. It's Andy Stewart, assistant scorekeeper on Anybody Can Play.
Anybody Can Play, presented by Salem Cigarettes. Menthol fresh, rich tobacco taste, modern filter too.
And here's our Anybody Can Play boy, George Fenneman.
Thank you, Judy Bamber, and good evening, everyone.
This is a living cartoon. Tonight, you will see and hear comedy lines created for this and other living cartoons on Laugh Line. Laugh Line is brought to you by Tristan and Anison.
Anison, with pain relievers most doctors recommend. Anison for fast relief of headache, neuritis, neuralgia pain.
And here is your host and cartoon interlocutor, Dick Van Dyke.